Hari Om to all the divine Atmajyotis. Welcome to today's Bhagavad Gita Shloka 7.3 learning. So first let us learn how to chant the shloka. After that, we will learn the meaning. I request now Namit to teach the shloka and Snigdha to repeat. When Snigdha is repeating, let all of us sit with our hands folded in Namaste, sit straight and repeat along with Snigdha. Over to Namit.
manuṣhyāṇāṁ sahasreṣhu
Snigdha, can you please repeat?
manuṣhyāṇāṁ. I cannot hear him.
Namit, are you able to repeat again?
sahasreṣhu
sahasreṣhu
kaśhchid yatati siddhaye
kaśhchid yatati siddhaye
manuṣhyāṇāṁ sahasreṣhu kaśhchid yatati siddhaye
manuṣhyāṇāṁ sahasreṣhu kaśhchid yatati siddhaye
yatatām api siddhānām
yatatām api siddhānām
kaśhchin vetti tattvataḥ
kaśhchin vetti tattvataḥ
yatatām api siddhānām kaśhchin vetti tattvataḥ
yatatām api siddhānām kaśhchin vetti tattvataḥ
Tattvataḥ.
tattvataḥ.
Namit, can you please chant the whole shloka once?
Yes. manuṣhyāṇāṁ sahasreṣhu kaśhchid yatati siddhaye yatatām api siddhānām kaśhchin vetti tattvataḥ.
Thank you, Namit. Snigdha, can you please read out the meaning?
Yes, Ji. Amongst thousands of persons, hardly one strives for perfection. And amongst those who have achieved perfection, hardly one knows me in truth.
Thank you, Snigdha. So here, Sri Krishna is telling that only very few even have the desire for perfection. So what is perfection? We will understand. But Sri Krishna is saying only very few have desire for perfection. And he is also saying then that among those who have the desire for perfection and who work for perfection, only very few truly know me. As an example, in this picture, you can see that there are so many millions and millions of different kinds of beings, animals, plants, birds, and billions of humans. Among them, how many Vivekanandas are there? How many Ramana Maharshis are there? How many Prabhujis are there? Very few, handful, is it not? When you look at the number of people, to those who we call as Sadgurus, are the ones who have realized the truth, very few. So let's understand this in little more depth. So for that, I want all of you to pay attention to this little table. Okay. So this table is a table of different competitive exams that many go through when they want to get into so-called professional studies. This is usually after 12th grade. And some of them are even after 12th grade, after graduation itself. So first example is IAS, Indian Administrative Services. Those who pass IAS become various kinds of government officers who are there to look after various government initiatives. Imagine, for example, for the entire Bangalore, there is a IAS officer who looks after various schools and what kind of, let's say, teachers are there in each of the school, and maybe the funds that are necessary to run the schools. So like that, government officers manage various kinds of government initiatives for the benefit of, for the well-being of citizens. So the thing is, many people apply to be IAS officers. Usually it's about 1.2 million people on an annual basis who apply. Out of that, only about 180 people, which is less than 0.015 in every 100, who get into this. Similarly, All India Institute of Medicine, AIMS, it's one of the top medical institution in India. About 0.3 million people apply, and out of that only 650, which is nothing but 0.2 in 100. Similarly, IIT, only 1.5 in 100. National law schools, only 3 in 100. So like that, some of these top institutes in India, very, very few get to make the final cut. So I want all of you now to reflect, what is really happening here? Why is it so? Why only very few are able to make it? Why is it like this? I want all of you to reflect on that. And those who wish to answer, I want you to raise your Zoom hand. And I want to listen to your view. Why is it so low? Go ahead, Snigdha. What's your view?
Gee, it must have been very few people who passed the exam, because like they must have studied more harder than other people who have not been chosen. Maybe they're more determined to become an IS, to pass the IS exam or any other exam. They're more determined, and they're more hardworking, and they worked very hard to achieve this goal.
Okay, so one is you're saying determination, hard work is what is the reason for this difference. Okay, wonderful. Yes, Namit, what is your viewpoint?
Sir, in these competitive exams, there'll be some cutoff, like in the only the people in the first 1,000 or the first 5,000 people. So obviously, hard work is also the key, but also we need to get in those. For example, if we take IAS, we need to be in the top 180 ranks. Even though the person who scored 180 is some 73, and who is 181st is 72, but still that person who got 73, even though it's just by 1 mark, they get it, because it's also because of the cutoff in such competitive exams.
Okay, wonderful. So apart from hard work and determination, you're saying there is also a factor which could be very small, but still, what would you call that factor? Is it luck, or what would you like to name that factor?
Yeah, it depends. Maybe not always luck, because it might be a big margin. It also depends on how others perform. So yes, somehow luck, who get in those last seat, not for the top people who are in the first 10 or 20 ranks. I'm talking about the from whoever are in 180 to 160. For them, I think, yeah, there'll be a lot of competitions, because there'll be some 0.1%, 0.2%, they'll go up. So yeah.
Okay, all right, wonderful. Thank you, Namit. Rohan, what's your view?
Yes, sir. My view is like in these competitive exams, there are many levels. Like, let's say for IAS, there are 3 levels. So the person who wants to become an IAS officer needs to qualify the main exams, and if he qualifies that, he'll pass and give the he needs to qualify the prelim exams, and he'll pass and give the mains, and then he will pass and give the interview. So like if he just pass the prelims and fails in the mains, then he will, like, he's disqualified.
Correct. That is all
Like
correct.
it's a snake and ladder game.
True. I understand what you're saying. But my question is, why is it so only very few are able to come to the top? See, if you look at, say, IIT, only 1.5 in every 100 applicants is able to make the cut. And you heard your friends Snigdha and Namit. So hard work, determination, sometimes luck. Like that, my question is, why only very few are able to come to the top? What
Yes,
else
sir,
is
because
contributing?
like I think they will pass the prelims and fail in the mains, and like that.
So what
Most people cannot.
What may be causing that? That is my question.
Like most people might have not passed the full exam or like that.
Okay, so you are also saying it could be due to preparation.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Wonderful. Akshat, what is your viewpoint?
It depends on their perseverance.
Perseverance. Okay, sometimes people may give up easily. Very nice. Anything else? Raghavi, what is your viewpoint?
Vijayji, the tests of all these are set very high. So the people who have to write them have to be thorough. The government sets it such that only people who are thorough in whatever what the syllabus is, they're able to get in. Apart from all the determination and hard work, they have to be thorough in whatever they're studying. So they have they have to be some sort of perfectionist, let's say.
Very nice. So you see, you all have come up with some excellent insights. Hard work, perseverance, then determination, then how much you're willing to give up other things and focus on only your aim and practice and practice and practice. Make sure that you're becoming perfect. And of course, last but not the least, is also like how Namit said, an element of luck, what we can call as grace. But grace can only be when they have prepared well. Luck alone will not help, is it not? The exams are designed in such a way, like how Rohan said, multiple levels. See, you can become lucky in one of the exam. Maybe in the written exam, you may be guessing. But immediately in the next exam, where you may have to face the interview, you get caught. So like that, these exams are designed to rule out any, let's say, such immediate luck factors, but to really test the perseverance, the hard work, the determination, the accuracy of these candidates. And of course, on that day of the exam, those who are prepared well also need a little bit of luck. So all these help these candidates. But what is important to notice here, very few make it to the top, because most easily give up. Ayo, it is so much of hard work. I may not even get it. It's only 1.5 in 100 who make it into IIT. If I get caught up with that mindset, then I might not even give my 100%. Is it not? So most often, even before the exam has begun, many resign to the Ayo, it is not within my abilities. So they give up easily. So like that, now, this is with respect to exams. Now, let's take the view about what Sri Krishna is saying here. Sri Krishna is talking about those who attain perfection in the spiritual journey. Is it not? So I have some questions for all of you. What is spiritual journey? And what is the highest? So in the IIT exam, getting an entry into IIT, let's say, is the highest. Or in the IAS, becoming IAS officer. So like that, what is the highest in the spiritual journey? And really, what makes the difference? So in the case of exams, hard work, determination, preparation, all that, right? So what makes a difference in spiritual attainment? So these are the questions for all of you. So who would like to share your view on these questions? What is spiritual journey? And what is the highest in the spiritual journey? And what makes the difference in this attainment, in the spiritual attainment? Any viewpoints? Anybody wants to share? Is the question not clear? Or is the question too difficult? Go ahead, Snigdha.
Ji, I just wanted to say, since I didn't answer, because I didn't really understand what spiritual journey is. That's why I couldn't answer.
Okay, all right. Let's then understand what is spiritual journey. That's the very first question, right? See, just like how IIT exam journey means what? I am preparing for IIT exams and I write the IIT exam and I pass the IIT exam and I get a seat in IIT. Say, for example, that is what my aim is. Then the journey is, so from today, I am preparing for my IIT exam. So that is my IIT journey, right? Like that, spiritual journey. Spiritual journey is what? Spiritual journey is realizing who I am truly. Realizing what this world truly is. Realizing what is my relationship to world and to God. So in other words, realizing my true nature, realizing the true nature of the world, and realizing the true nature of God is what spiritual journey is all about. And the highest, of course, is all about realizing the truth of what is the relationship among these three. That is what the highest is. So is the answer clear now about what is spiritual journey to Snigdha?
Yes, Ji.
Okay, all right. Now can you share your view? Now can you say what makes a difference in the spiritual attainment? Any idea?
Sorry, Ji, can you repeat it once again?
Now can you say what makes a difference in spiritual attainment?
No, Ji, about the spiritual journey.
Okay, you are not very clear about what I mentioned?
Yes, Ji.
Okay, all right. Whatever I mentioned, did Namit understand?
No, sir.
No. Okay, all right. Fair enough. So let's do one thing. There is a wonderful video I've chosen for all of you to watch. Let's watch that and then come back to discuss this question, these three questions again. All right. Let's see the video. And this is story of a wonderful child called as Satyakama Jabala. So let us understand through his journey, what is the spiritual journey and why only very few make it to the end of the spiritual journey. And what is that you and I should develop within ourselves to attain that final freedom that the spiritual journey offers. All right. So let us watch this story and then we'll come back to discuss.
हमें जड़ से चेतन की ओर, अंधकार से प्रकाश की ओर और मृत्यु से अमरत्व की ओर ले चलो।
जबाला, जबाला,
आप इस समय?
क्या मैं भीतर आ सकता हूँ?
भीतर मेरा पुत्र सो रहा है।
तो क्या हम यहीं कहीं आसपास बैठकर कुछ देर बातें कर सकते हैं?
नहीं आर्य।
ठीक है, 2-4 दिनों में ही मैं फिर वापस आऊंगा। तब शायद तुम मुझसे बात कर सको।
ये आकाश में टुकुर टुकुर क्या देख रहे हो सत्यकाम? क्या सोच रहे हो बेटा?
काका सोच रहा था इस आकाश का अंत कहाँ है।
अरे ये क्या सोचने लग गए बच्चा?
कौन है वो जो पंखियों को उड़ाता है?
पंखी हैं, उड़ेंगे नहीं तो क्या करेंगे?
आग में ताप क्यों है?
हम मल्लाह हैं, हमें इन सब बातों से क्या काम?
बूंद बूंद से जल बनता है तो पशु पशु से, मनुष्य मनुष्य से क्या बनता है? मनुष्य कहाँ से आता है? मनुष्य कहाँ जाता है?
अरे भाई, हमने तो माँ के पेट से आते देखा है और गंगा के पेट में जाते देखा है। इसके अलावा न कभी सोचा न कभी सूझा।
एक बात बताओ काका, हम काहे नहीं पढ़ सकते? हमें कोई क्यों नहीं पढ़ाता?
अरे तुम्हें पोथी पढ़कर करना क्या है? पेट ही तो भरना है। हम तुम्हें नाव खेना सिखा देंगे, खूब नाव चलाना और पेट भर लेना।
अगर पढ़ना सिर्फ पेट भरने के लिए होता तो फिर पढ़ने वाले ब्रह्मचारी भिक्षा क्यों मांगते हैं?
ये तो हमने सोचा ही नहीं।
दिन भर धूप में इधर उधर घूमता रहता है। शरीर कैसे तप रहा है?
माँ, क्या मैं आग हूँ जो तप रहा हूँ?
फिर वही उल्टी सीधी बातें।
बताना माँ, ताप तो मुझ में भी है, तो क्या मैं आग हूँ?
हाँ रे, तू आग भी है।
आग तो सूरज में भी है, तो क्या मैं सूरज हूँ?
तू मेरा सूरज भी है और मेरा चंदा भी। अब सो जा।
तो लोरी सुनाना।
शुद्धो सिरे तातन तेस्ति नाम
कृतं च ये कल्पनयाधुनैव पञ्चात्मकं देहमिदं न तेस्ति नैवास्य त्वं रोदिषि कस्य हेतोः नैवास्य त्वं रोदिषि कस्य हेतोः नैवास्य त्वं रोदिषि कस्य हेतोः।
हे पुत्र, तुम शुद्ध हो, तुम पवित्र हो। तुम्हारा कोई नाम नहीं, कोई रूप नहीं, पर जो ये नाम और रूप है वो आभास मात्र है। 5 तत्वों से बना ये शरीर तुम नहीं हो, फिर तुम किस लिए रो रहे हो?
सत्यकाम, आओ सत्यकाम, आज से मैं तुम्हें अपने ज्ञान के गर्भ में धारण करूंगा। आज तुम्हारा दूसरा जन्म होगा। आज से मैं तुम्हारा आचार्य। ये लो ब्रह्मदंड और मुझे वचन दो कि आज से तुम शास्त्रों को धारण करोगे और उनकी रक्षा करोगे।
जल में बूंद तो बूंद भी जल, आग में चिंगारी तो चिंगारी में भी आग। बूंद जल में, जल धारा में, धारा गंगा में, गंगा सागर में तो सागर, सागर किस में? क्या बादल में? क्या आकाश में? बूंद फिर बादल में, बूंद फिर जल में। तो फिर मैं कहां से आता हूं? मैं कहां जाता हूं? कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा।
फिर आकाश से बातें कर रहा है।
काका, नदी के 2 तट हैं, तो क्या हमारा भी कोई दूसरा तट है?
पगला देगा तू मुझे। ले पकड़ पत्तल का दोना। हमारे लिए यही पहला और यही आखिरी सच है। यही प्राण है, यही ईश्वर है।
जल इसमें भी है, आग इसमें भी है। अगर यही प्राण और यही ईश्वर है तो फिर वो आकाश में भी है, धरती में भी है।
अरे मैं तेरे हाथ जोड़ता हूँ, तेरे पांव पड़ता हूँ, मुझसे ये सवाल न किया कर। मैं पागल होना नहीं चाहता। मुझे बचा ले माई।
आज मेरा सत्यकाम चुप क्यों है?
क्या तुम नहीं चाहती कि मैं चुप रहूं?
क्या बात है? कौन चाहता है कि तुम चुप रहो?
सभी, मल्ला काका, घाट पर लोग, मेरे संगी साथी, दुकानदार, मुसाफिर। अरे जिससे सवाल करो वो चुप रहने को कहता है।
तो तू उनसे सवाल करना बंद कर दे।
क्या मेरे न पूछने से सवाल खत्म हो जाएंगे?
मुझसे पूछ, क्या पूछना है?
दूसरे ब्रह्मचारियों की तरह मैं क्यों नहीं पढ़ सकता? क्यों मेरा कोई आचार्य नहीं है? क्यों मुझे लोग नहीं पढ़ाना चाहते?
आज तू फिर किसी आचार्य के पास गया था?
हाँ, और फिर एक आचार्य ने मुझे पढ़ाने से मना कर दिया, क्योंकि मैं ब्राह्मण नहीं, क्षत्रिय नहीं, एक दासी का पुत्र हूँ। क्यों हूँ मैं एक दासी का पुत्र? उत्तर नहीं है ना?
ऐसा नहीं कहते सत्यकाम। अरे विद्या वो नहीं है जो ब्राह्मण पढ़ाते हैं। विद्या तो वो है जो तुझे मुक्त कराए, तुझे बंधनों से छुड़ाए। मैं तो प्रकृति के कण कण में एक ब्राह्मण देखती हूँ। तू उसे ढूंढ, वही तेरा आचार्य है। सत्यकाम, सत्यकाम, मुझ पर विश्वास है तो मेरी बात पर यकीन कर। जब एक शिष्य सवालों के साथ खड़ा होता है तो एक आचार्य भी किसी न किसी रूप में जवाब देने के लिए आ ही जाता है।
काका,
हाँ बेटा,
ये घाट पे इतनी हलचल क्यों हो रही है?
सुना है कोई बड़े आचार्य हरिदुमत गौतम गंगा पार से आ रहे हैं। शायद उन्हें ही लिवाने महाराज आए होंगे। खबरदार, जो तू उनके आसपास भी फटका।
श्रीवर्चस्य मायुष्यम् आरोग्यमाविधात् पवमानं महीयते धनं धान्यं पशुं बहुपुत्रलाभं शतसंवत्सरम् अस्तु दीर्घमायुः। ओम नमो विवस्वते ब्रह्मन् भास्वते विष्णु तेजसे जगत् सवित्रे शुचये सवित्रे कर्मदायिने।
उठो आयुष्मान।
क्या मैं आपका शिष्य बन सकता हूँ आचार्य?
प्रश्न मुझे अच्छे लगते हैं, परंतु यह निवेदन तुम्हारे पिता को मुझसे करना चाहिए था।
मेरे पिता नहीं है आचार्य।
तो अपनी माता से अपने पिता, कुल और गोत्र का नाम पूछ कर आओ। कुल और गोत्र की श्रेष्ठता मेरा शिष्य बनने के लिए अनिवार्य है। संभव है मैं तुम्हें अपना शिष्य बना सकूं?
क्या अब भी तुम?
हाँ, मैं अब भी दासी हूं। कभी मालाएं गूंथकर, कभी जमीन लीपकर, तो कभी जल भरकर अपना निर्वाह कर लेती हूँ। दुख और अभाव को पास फटकने नहीं देती, क्योंकि संतोष को मन के आंगन से छटकने नहीं देती।
माँ,
क्या हुआ?
माँ, मेरे पिता कुल और गोत्र का नाम क्या है?
क्यों जानना चाहता है तू?
क्योंकि आचार्य गौतम ने कहा है कि जाकर अपनी माता से अपने पिता, कुल और गोत्र का नाम पूछ कर आओ। संभव है वे मुझे अपना शिष्य बना ले।
सत्यकाम, जाओ जाकर आचार्य गौतम से कहना कि मेरी माता ने बहुत से लोगों की सेवा की है, इसलिए मेरे लिए तुम्हारे वास्तविक पिता का नाम, कुल और गोत्र बताना संभव नहीं है। जाओ जाकर अपने आचार्य से कहना, मैं सत्यकाम जाबाला का पुत्र हूँ। मैं सत्यकाम जाबाल हूँ।
मैं तुम्हारा निर्णय सुनना चाहता हूँ जबाला।
आर्यक, मैंने अपने किसी भी संबंध को कभी कलंकित होने नहीं दिया, क्योंकि वो मेरी इच्छा से स्वीकारे हुए निर्णय थे। उन्हें नकार कर मैं लज्जित नहीं होना चाहती, और ना ही सुख के संबंधों के लिए दास्ता स्वीकार करना चाहती हूँ। दासी हूं कर्म से। तुम्हारे साथ सुख के कुछ क्षणों के लिए तुम्हारी दासी नहीं बनना चाहती। स्वीकार कर सको कि तुम्हारी पत्नियों के सामने तुम्हारा और मेरा सुख और दुख का संबंध। मेरा विश्वास करो आर्यक, जब भी मुझे तुम्हारी आवश्यकता होगी मैं तुम्हारे पास चली आऊंगी, पर वो निर्णय मेरा होगा, मेरा अपना। भोजन करोगे?
आमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिण स्वाहा, विमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिण स्वाहा, प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिण स्वाहा, दमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिण स्वाहा, क्षमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिण स्वाहा।
आचार्य, मेरी माता ने कहा है कि जाकर अपने आचार्य से कहना कि मेरी माँ ने कई लोगों की सेवा की है, इसलिए मेरे पिता का नाम, कुल और गोत्र बताना मेरी माता के लिए संभव नहीं है। मैं सत्यकाम जाबाला का पुत्र हूँ। मेरा नाम सत्यकाम जाबाल है।
जबाला का पुत्र? तेरी माँ को यहाँ कौन नहीं जानता? चल दूर हो जा यहाँ से। क्यों आचार्य के मार्ग को अपवित्र कर रहा है?
सत्यकाम, जा यज्ञ की संविधा ले आ। आज से तू मेरा शिष्य और मैं तेरा आचार्य। आज से तू जबाला का पुत्र हरिद्रुमत गौतम के शिष्य के रूप में जाना जाएगा। जा, जल्दी जा। तेरे उपनयन संस्कार के लिए यज्ञ की संविधा ले आ।
ये कैसे संभव है? एक दासी के पुत्र का उपनयन संस्कार संभव नहीं है।
सत्यकाम का उपनयन संस्कार आचार्यों के बीच बहस और विरोध का मुद्दा बन गया।
दासी पुत्र नहीं, वैश्य पुत्र कहो। अनेक लोगों से संबंध रखने वाली को कोई और विशेषण दिया जा सकता है क्या आचार्य?
असमंजस में पड़े विद्वान एक साथ अपनी बात लेकर राजा पालक के पास पहुंचे।
हे राजन, धर्म और अधर्म का निर्णय शास्त्र करते हैं, पर उनका पालन आप करवाते हैं। इसीलिए राजा राजदंड धारण करते हैं। आचार्य गौतम ब्रह्म ज्ञानी हैं, वो ब्रह्म को जानते हैं, फिर उन्होंने धर्म के विरुद्ध ये निर्णय कैसे ले लिया? हे राजा पालक, इस प्रश्न से हम सभी व्यथित हैं। इसीलिए आपसे विनती है कि आचार्य गौतम से यह प्रश्न आप ही करें, क्योंकि आचार्य गौतम से प्रश्न करने के लिए हम अभी योग्य नहीं हुए हैं।
सदा सुखी रहो।
आपकी सदैव प्रतीक्षा रहेगी आचार्य।
राजन, प्रश्न?
आचार्य, एक प्रश्न उमड़ रहा है मन में।
राजन, जीवन की निरंतरता ही प्रश्न करने में है। सत्य पर पड़े आवरण को हटाने का दूसरा कोई उपाय नहीं है। प्रश्न करो।
आचार्य, जिसके पिता का पता नहीं, क्या उसका उपनयन संस्कार संभव है? क्या उसे ज्ञान प्राप्त करने का अधिकार है?
राजन, कुछ प्रश्न व्यथित करते हैं, पर वे जरूरी होते हैं। कितनी माताएं अपने अतीत के अनकहे संबंधों को स्वीकृति दे सकती हैं? सत्यकाम की माता ने सिर्फ सत्य को धारण किया और सिर्फ सत्य को कहा। सत्य के गर्भ में सिर्फ सत्य होता है। जो सत्य कह सके, सत्य सुन सके, सत्य धारण कर सके, श्रेष्ठ ज्ञान का अधिकारी भी वही हो सकता है। जिस क्षण सत्यकाम ने अपने जीवन के सत्य को कहा, उसी क्षण मैंने उसे उस क्षण के लिए ब्रह्म के साथ एक होते हुए देखा। प्रजापालक, निजी सच, नैतिक सच, सामाजिक सच की व्याख्याएं बदलती रहती हैं, परंतु एक सच जो कभी नहीं बदलता, उसकी खोज करने वाला, सच के साथ सहज रह सकने वाला सत्यकाम जैसा ही हो सकता है। इसीलिए मैंने उसे ब्रह्म विद्या के लिए योग्य विद्यार्थी माना। ज्ञान के लिए जाति, कुल, गोत्र, नाम, रूप नहीं, ज्ञान की अभिलाषा ही एकमात्र शर्त होनी चाहिए।
क्षमा आचार्य, आपका अपराधी हूं मैं।
जाति नीति कुल गोत्र दूरगम नाम रूप गुण दोष वर्जितम देश काल विषयाति वर्तियत् ब्रह्म तत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि।
वो जिसकी कोई जाति, कोई कुल, कोई परिवार नहीं, वो जिसका कोई नाम और रूप नहीं, वो जिसमें कोई गुण और दोष नहीं, वो जो ब्रह्मांड, समय और इंद्रियों से परे है, वो ब्रह्म तुम ही हो। रसिकों, क्या आप अपने जीवन के अनकहे सच के साथ सहज हैं, स्वस्थ हैं? क्या असत्य हमें अस्वस्थ बनाता है और सत्य स्वस्थ?
प्रश्न करो,
प्रश्न करो, उसी में उत्तर है।
देखिए अगले प्रकरण में आश्रम व्यवस्था का दूसरा आश्रम यानी
Ji, your mic is on mute.
Thank you, Snigdha. So, I raised these three questions, and then you saw this video. What you understood from this story, and what is your understanding about the questions? You can raise your hand, and I would love to listen to you. Yes, Snigdha.
Ji, so can I tell about the story, what I understood?
Yes, please.
So, the story was about a boy named Satyakama Jabala. So, Ji, before that, I have a question.
Yes.
So, when Satyakama Jabala told his full name to the guru, that time, like to the sage, that time, why did the other person shout at him when he told his name?
Because he is the son of a dasi, and he did not know, her mother also did not know who his real father is or was. So because of that, the other person said he doesn't even know his father, and he is from such a mother. So therefore, he wanted to shoo him away. And that is when that sage Gautama saw how truthful the boy and his mother were.
Ji, what does dasi mean?
Dasi means someone who serves others.
But Ji, how is that bad? Like, why did he just shout at him like that?
Because he did not know. His mother also did not know who his real father is. So that's why such people in society are seen as people with low character. So because of that, the other person thought, oh, he is from a low character mother.
But Ji, the sage told that like if you are from anyone's son or any son, you can be from a Brahmin, or you can be from any maid or anything like that, he said.
Correct.
So he was from a server, so that does not mean that he should not be able to learn.
And that is what that guru recognized, that he did not try to hide away any of the facts. He was very truthful. And that truthful character of his mother and what she taught her son is what Gautama, the Guru Gautama, recognized. And that's why he took him as a disciple at the end.
Okay.
Is that clear to you?
Yes, Ji.
All right. Is there something that you would like to share?
Yes, Ji. About the story was really nice and I really loved the story. And so basically, whenever, like from wherever you come from, first of all, there has to be no discrimination, no matter from who you come from. You can be a poor person or a very rich person, but there has to not be any discrimination between it. And also, you should always be curious and you should always keep on asking questions, because the more questions you ask, the more you get to know. So it's good to ask more questions, but it's not like if you don't have any questions you have to say a question. But I'm just saying, if people ask more questions, then only they will gain more knowledge. And also, like, you should always be truthful and honest about everything you say, because if you are truthful, somebody one day, see, for some time they will not really, like other people, like your mother, your father, or anyone, they, when you're saying something, they won't really know it, if it's the actual truth or it's something false or something like that, so they won't really believe you. But if you're honestly truthful, then if you're honestly truthful and you say something to someone in the truth, then somebody can see by your it seems like you are talking, they can see by your eyes that you're telling the truth, or they can see by your body language that you're saying the truth. And yeah, that's what I understood. And also, you should always be determined on something and should always be curious about everything.
Very nice. Thank you, Snigdha. Yes, Namit, what is that you would like to share?
Sir, I have a question. Why did Jabal not know her husband's name?
Because that's what being a dasi in the olden days meant, that they would be not necessarily married, but maybe serving so many people. So that's why she also did not know who her real father of the son is.
Sir, I didn't understand. Like the
She is not
servant of
necessarily, she is not married, but she used to serve different households, and during that time her son is born.
Oh, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what I understood from the story is that for acquiring knowledge, our gender or religion, caste doesn't matter. It's just the desire to learn that matters. And also, even the guru should such guru should recognize it. Nowadays, obviously, we don't see a lot of discrimination, but in those days, it was really important. Those kinds of gurus were really important because all of them, like we saw the other person, they were discriminating. Like he's from low caste. He's a maid son, so they were like discriminating. But but this boy, he was not thinking about that. Obviously he thought that why am I a maid servant? All that came to his mind, but he was more focused on acquiring knowledge and if, even though it might not be necessary, like that ferryman told that you just need to feed your stomach. That's all, which might have been true. Like the necessity might have been to just do that, but it's also important to gain knowledge, and that's what Satyakama really did well. He was also bold. Like in those days, they were like uh, if you are from a low caste or you're from that kind of family, you shouldn't go to someone someone of the so-called higher caste. So you always should stay away from them. And also, it was meant that even if they touch the shadow of those people, it will be like it's impure. But Satyakama was really bold because he wanted, his main focus is knowledge. So, one more thing which we can tell is, if we completely focus on knowledge, nothing can stop us. Whatever the conditions are, nothing can stop us if we are really determined. Because many might tell like, even I was interested, but it's not something they need to be 100% sure and 100% determined, not thinking a bit. They need to be completely determined, and it shouldn't be something like 50-50. They need to completely be determined in whatever they're focusing on. So then we can definitely achieve it irrespective of whatever obstacles we have. That's what I understand.
Thank you very much, Namit. Akshat, what is your viewpoint?
Gee, what I understood is that from the story, I understood that if we have true desire, the world will conspire for us. Satyakama Jabala wanted to be a Shishya, so finally he became a Shishya. And my understanding for the question, what makes the difference from ordinary person and a realized soul is that a realized person never makes a difference, like he's a son of Dasi, or he is a son of a very great person, or he is the son of a king.
Very nice. Thank you, Akshat. Yes, Megha.
So, Vijayji, what I understood from the story was, you should not discriminate anyone based on their gender or what they do. Everyone is equal. Like they were forced, the situations forced them to do it. Anyone won't do that. But and you should be determined to whatever you do. Whatever, let it be whatever, you should be determined.
Very nice. Thank you, Megha. Rohan?
Yes, sir. Sir, I understood that if you want to seek knowledge, you need to be determined. You need to have a true passion to learn. Like there is a saying that if you are not willing to learn, no one can help you. And if you are determined to learn, no one can stop you. And you also need...
Rohan, your voice is stopping.
Yes, sir.
Huh.
Yeah, that's it.
Very nice. Thank you very much, Rohan. Shreyas?
Yes, so I understood that we shouldn't discriminate anybody, like if they're low caste, their gender, of their caste, we shouldn't discriminate them. And like Satyakama, he wanted a acharya. He didn't know who his father's name was, and neither his mom did. So he just said the truth because he didn't know what was it, and he really wanted to become a shishya. So he told all of this to the acharyas. Many of the acharyas were shouting at him, "Why? How can you make him? How can you make him a shishya, son of a maid or dasi?" But then Acharya Gautama understood and saw the truthfulness and the desireness in him, and he took him as his shishya. That's what I understood.
Very nice. Thank you, Shreyas. Rohan, you want to say something more?
Yes, sir. And one more thing I understood, that you should never give up, like how Satyakama Jabala did. He wanted to become a Shishya and went to many acharyas, but many acharyas declined, but still he never gave up.
Very nice. Thank you. Vihan, would you like to share your view? Are you there, Vihan?
Yes, sir, but I don't like to say anything right now, sir.
All right.
You can continue.
How about Raghavi?
Jaji, I learned that you have to ask questions because through questions you learn a lot, and that Satyakama was very determined, even though many people said no to him and sent him away. He kept asking questions instead of being quiet.
Very nice. Thank you, Raghavi. Sanvi, what is your understanding, Amma?
Yeah, I understood that we should never give up on our dreams, and people should not judge other people just because of their background.
Very nice. Thank you. Manya, what is your viewpoint?
So, Vijayji, first of all, I really liked the story. The story was really good, plus the presentation was also, it just enhanced the story and how we could understand it. A lot of more of emotion and everything. So, I really like the story. And you had asked three questions as to what is a spiritual journey, what is the highest in the spiritual journey, and what makes a difference in the spiritual attainment. So, what is a spiritual journey would be this the path or the center process where we understand our the truth of who I am. Just like how Satyakama kept asking himself many questions. If we observe, though he'd start off about asking questions on the drop of water or the clouds, somehow it would end to a question as who am I? So if that is where water comes from, then who am I? So he says there's fire. So there's fire in me. So who am I? So no matter what or how he starts off, it always ends in who am I? So that to this journey from asking the question till finding out and realizing this question would be the spiritual journey, and the highest in the spiritual journey would be the truth, as was the highlight in the story. Satyakama, the name also is like the desire for truth, or this or him being so hungry for truth, him going to different places, like how all of us said, that him not giving up at all no matter what. And we could also see how though people did not, their intention was not to discourage him, somehow he may, if he wouldn't have been so perseverant, then he would have gotten discouraged. So his mom told him, then maybe you should stop asking questions. Then he could have just stopped asking or discouraged, gotten discouraged. Or even that person in the boat, he also told him to stop asking questions. He was probably frustrated because that just made him feel like someone who didn't know the answer to all of these questions. So he didn't take it that way. He just kept looking for the truth, and he didn't give up. And I think these are the things that make the difference in spiritual attainment. Just like how in the table you showed, there's so many people who write the UPSC exam, but there's some things that there are only some people who clear the UPSC and they become these officers. So what makes the difference? The same thing here as well, in spiritual attainment as well. There is something that makes a difference, and we can see that it's kind of similar. That is, one, they should be kind of they should have this dedication. They should be wanting to give up every other thing that would probably make them feel a little distracted. And also there's this devotion that there's so much wanting to do it that they're ready to give their everything only to achieve what they want and what they desire for. There's also discipline, there's perseverance, as was in Satyakama's case. Similarly, there's so many other things. All of this together make sure, or just makes the chance better that they will reach or they'll attain what they want. Just like in spiritual attainment, we all want the answer to who am I, and we can definitely get to know the answer if there are all of these things as well. Also, in the story, I liked another thing that would be the guru, because I saw that in the video also. The woman, she tells us how if there is a person to ask a question, then there'll definitely be a person who is going to answer it, or somehow the universe will make sure, whether it's through a person or like how Jabal has mentioned that there is in every like in every object or in everything in the universe there is there is Brahman. So you can learn something from each and every object. It's just a perspective. So if not through a person, then there would have been something else which will answer our questions. But we should just have the desire and be hungry for it and try to look for the answer everywhere. That's when we'll be able to realize or identify the answer. And secondly, as I was saying, I really liked how the guru handled the situation and how he could identify the boy and how keen he was, and how much of a good student he could be just through his answers, because truth makes the difference. If we look at Mahabharata and Arjuna and Karna, we know that there are so many incidents which prove to us that Karna was in some ways a slightly a better warrior and probably could have won the war as well. But then it's due to these curses. One of it would be the way he lied to his guru about his truth. Maybe he could have been truthful that his parents just found him and that's how he ended up like that. He could have just told the guru whatever he knew. But because we can't really blame him or try to tell that it's a mistake of Karna, but no matter how it happened, it was the untruth that led, no matter, though he kind of lied and he learned all of it, it went to vain because of that untruth. It would have been better if he would have spoken the truth. Similarly, in Satyakama's situation, that's what happened. He spoke the truth and it kind of helped him. So I think that we find all the answers to these questions in the story. It was really nice.
Very nice, Amma. Thank you very much. So as you can see, so like this, at the end of the day, what Sri Krishna is teaching us is that it is not impossible to realize your true nature. However, you and I have to first of all walk the path of the truth. We have to be honest. We have to be courageous. We have to make sure that we are following the right actions. Then naturally we will be eligible for truth. Like how Guru Gautama recognized the quality in Satyakama, and that only enabled him to be with the Guru Gautama. So that is the fundamental teaching of Sri Krishna here, by saying that only very few attain that. Why? Because they are courageous enough, they are determined enough, but more than anything, they are truthful and honest enough. And that is the quality you and I should also cultivate in whatever situation of our life. I had requested Raghavi whether she can be prepared with a song. Is Raghavi prepared with that?
Yes, Rajaji.
So, to end our today's session, there's a beautiful bhajan.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question.
Yes, please.
Sir, like if Karna told the truth to Parashurama that he was a Sutaputra, would he be accepted as a disciple by Parashurama?
See, now, one thing I would say is, the story happened the way it happened. Would he have accepted or not, unless he had told, and unless Vedavyasa Maharshi had written, we wouldn't know. So therefore, as far as what happened, happened. But what is that you and I can learn through that story and through the story of Satyakama Jabala? In the story of Satyakama Jabala, he told the truth, and that what made him eligible. That's what you and I can learn. If something did not happen, now you and I can continue to discuss. Oh, if you had told the truth, Parashurama might have accepted. Somebody may say, no, Parashurama wouldn't have accepted. Neither of them is going to help you and me. What is going to help you and me? What you and I can learn. Untruth became the reason for his, in the case of Karna, became the reason for his demise. In the case of Satyakama, the truth liberated him. Does that help?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Yeah, so Raghavi has come prepared with a beautiful bhajan. So let us listen to that, and then we will end our today's session. Over to Raghavi.
गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो, गुरु के समान नाही दूसरा जहान में। गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो, पाप से बचावे गुरु, ज्ञान को सिखावे गुरु, पाप से बचावे गुरु, ज्ञान को सिखावे गुरु, ब्रह्म से मिलावे गुरु, तुरीय पद ज्ञान में। ब्रह्म से मिलावे गुरु, तुरीय पद ज्ञान में। गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो, छल कपट त्याग दीजिए, गुरु जी की सेवा कीजिए। छल कपट त्याग दीजिए, गुरु जी की सेवा कीजिए, सद्गुरु की शरण लीजिए, के लिए मैदान में। गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो, गुरु के समान नाही दूसरा जहान में। गुरु ब्रह्म रूप जानो, शिव का स्वरूप मानो।
Yes, please. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a question. So, why did you make Raghavi sing a bhajan related to this shloka?
Okay, what did you understand from the bhajan that Raghavi sang?
Really, I did not really understand, but it was very beautiful and it was very well sung.
Okay. May I request Raghavi to say what she understood from the bhajan?
Vijayji understood that you need to have the proper guru. If you have the proper guru, you will be led in the correct direction.
Correct. That is one thing. And what is the last? Can you please sing the last stanza?
यह श्रुति वेद कहते, गुरु बिना ज्ञान कैसे, ज्ञान बिना मुक्ति कैसी, आवे तेरे ध्यान में।
So what it means is, all the scriptures, all the masters have been saying that without the right knowledge, you cannot be in freedom. And then earlier the bhajan says, how can you get the right knowledge? Unless you give up untruth, unless you give up the path of, let's say, being jealous or being angry, only when you give up all these negative qualities would you become eligible to be able to get the right knowledge from the right guru, which is what we found in the story of Satyakama. So this particular bhajan that Raghavi sang is also telling us the same thing that we saw in the story of Satyakama. Does that answer Snigdha's question?
Yes, Ji. I also wanted to tell Raghavi that she sang very beautifully, and also inspired me a lot, because even in my school I'm actually gonna take extra classes of music in like singing in my school. So that's why whatever she sang really inspired me so much to which made me feel more interested in singing.
Very nice. Yes, Megha, you want to say something?
Yes, you did. The bhajan was very good and paired with Raghavi's was very nice. Super. And it also motivated me to sing more, to practice, as I'm not that good at singing.
Very nice. Wonderful, Raghavi. See? Yes, Snigdha.
Yeah, just wanted to tell that me and Megha are from the same school, so even she's wanting to join the extra classes of singing.
All right. Wonderful. Okay. So, thank you very much, Raghavi, and once again, and thank you, Snigdha and Megha, for your beautiful appreciation of Raghavi singing. Yes, Raghavi did sing very well. She sang from her heart. And may our bhajan inspire all of you. May all of us learn to live like Satyakama. Hari Om.